Yes, welcome back to the final part of the show. Kwanghi Chan is busy in the kitchen. For those just joining us, Kwanghi, remind us what you're making.
So I'm making a chicken piccata. So it's an Italian lemon butter chicken, but I'm kind of changing the butter with some Japanese citrus soya called yuzu. So instead of lemon, I'm going to use yuzu. So yuzu is a really kind of, it's a citrus fruit from Japan, but it has a really nice, really toned it, you know what I mean? I wish you can smell it. I'm sure you can, like, whenever I start cooking it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil into the pan, and I have some chicken fillets. So I'm going to halve these so they cook a bit faster. So I have them like this, okay?
All right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into, you can do a flour. I'm using potato flour. You can use corn flour as well, okay?
Gotta make it crispy.
So you're just going to fry them off. I'm going to put it on medium heat so it doesn't burn too fast. I'm just going to put 4 pieces on.
Is that very tricky to slice them thinly that way, horizontally?
Oh, not really. So you just put it flat on the board and then you just run a knife across.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
just a good
You
sharp
could.
knife.
I
Yeah.
couldn't.
I think I take the hand off myself.
Yeah, so if not, trying to get your butcher to do it, it's quite easy. They'll do that for you as well if you want to do it. Okay. So there you go.
No need to season that flour before.
I'm not going to season it because this dish is going to be using soya, so I don't want it to get too salty as well. So when that's cooking, so I'm just going to let it cook both sides, brown it, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to do a butter sauce with that in this pan, you know. So I love butter sauce. So I have some baby boiled potatoes cooked off. And I have some sautéed. I love sautéed potatoes, you know. Yeah. I just thought, like, I couldn't serve rice with this dish because I just love the potatoes, like, you know, and just soak up with the butter and that. So I'm going to throw a couple in here, all right. And as you can see, I started off there before the break just to give it a nice. You want that kind of like a golden, you know, brown kind of colour.
So were they fully boiled? They weren't parboiled. You boiled them properly, did you?
I boiled them. I boil them to the point that they're cooked, but they're not falling apart.
Yeah, they're not.
Because you don't want it like too falling apart, but you don't want it kind of like raw either. You want it just cooked, you know. So I think it took me about maybe 10 minutes or something like that. So on a medium, instead of really boiling it hard, I kind of boiled it really slow.
Yeah.
So
you see, whether you're sautéing or roasting potatoes, I'd have to boil them first, just to kind of chuff up the edges and make them crispy.
Right.
Yeah, make it smaller, yeah. They cook faster. So sautéed potatoes is going. So what I'm going to do is going to make the sauce now. So these are kind of browning off, okay? So we're going to turn the heat up a bit just to give it a bit more extra colour. And now we're going to fry this side off. And I have some mirin. So mirin's a Japanese kind of rice wine seasoning, but before the alcohol stage, they kind of take it out, you know what I mean? So there's no alcohol in it. So I'm going to do...
I think Erica used that last night in the ramen. Am I making that up?
On Monday.
Is that Monday? That's up
Yeah.
Yeah, got a kind of handy one to have in the cupboard then.
It's very handy, yeah. It's great for marinating as well.
Yeah, that's what you used it for.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a small bit of miso paste in. This one's a white miso paste. And this will give me... miso paste is kind of like a fermented bean paste. You can buy that very all over now in the supermarkets as well. So you can see the mirin kind of coming together.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on in that pan now.
Yeah.
What kind of flavour is the miso paste giving it?
It gives that kind of depth kind of flavour and kind of like a basis. So if you think of like a chicken stock or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Without the meat, you know what I mean? So I throw some the Japanese ponsu. So this is the citrus kind of soya with lemon, and it's kind of like a lemon citrus. It's really, really nice. So I'm going to let that boil up. And what I'm going to do is, when that heats up, I'm going to throw in knobs of butter in there and just let the butter melt and just let it boil up. Okay. So that's the cool thing about it. So in the meantime, I'm going to throw some scallions in here because I want that kind of lovely flavour of scallions going through.
Love fresh scallions. They're great for adding texture and crunch.
Yeah, I'd be happy with the scallions and the potatoes.
So
They look gorgeous.
fried potatoes and scallions.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to mention that it's Chinese New Year next year.
That's right.
I know.
Year of the Tiger, is it?
It's a Year of the Tiger, yeah. So I'm actually doing a couple of demos just up the road here in Asian Market. They're kind of holding a Chinese New Year celebrations. So in the night market. So I'm going to bring in my, a lot of food trucks going to be there. So it's free entry. So do look it up, you know, so up there.
Because I presume last year none of that could happen, so...
Exactly, yeah, so I'm really looking forward, because I haven't been in Hong Kong in 2 years either as well.
Oh, gosh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go, I'm going to throw in the knobs of butter. And what you want to do is when you throw in, I have unsalted butter, goes up the salt, you know, so...
Okay.
And you're just going to let that melt in. Oh, if you can just smell that, can you?
I can smell the lemon, definitely.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve up some lovely sautéed potatoes.
What did you saute? Did you use butter to saute the potatoes in as well?
I use olive oil.
Just olive oil, okay.
Yeah, it's a small bit of olive oil. And that's it. Look, you can see the butter kind of coming together. Really nice.
Will the butter give it a bit of a nutty taste?
It does. It gives it a small bit of nutty taste. Yeah. So if you can imagine this dish, a small bit of nutty taste, really buttery in your mouth, and you've got that lovely citrus kind of flavours coming through as well to break up that fat.
And you were saying that this, you'd see this on Italian menus, would you?
It's an Italian dish called chicken piccata. Yeah, so it's a chicken, translated like larded chicken, but they put capers in there, you know, with lemon.
Lovely.
So they use a butter kind of lemon chicken. So there you go.
Okay.
Very
nice. Well, you're plating up. Thank you to everybody who's been in touch with us. Deirdre said, it's great to see Victoria on the show. That's Victoria Smurford, who was with us earlier. I worked with her years ago on Ballykiss Angel, and she was great crack. She still is great crack, by the way, folks.
She really is. With Colin Farrell and everything, he was in Ballycay, wasn't he, as well?
Oh, yeah, great.
Iconic. Mine hasn't updated, Martin, sorry.
Tricia was on as well. She says, I'll be running out to buy Aoife's book for my little one. She's a fantastic storyteller. I can't wait to see the adventures of Frankie. Mark was in touch as well. When I was in school, I cut my fringe off. Cut my fringe off and ended up looking like Pee Wee Herman. Not a great look.
God.
Victoria Smurford cut off lightly with that picture.
No, what I was saying, I cut JJ, my little 5-year-old's fringe, because he was complaining it was going into his eyes, and he looks like the perfect cast member for the prequel of Dumb and Dumber. He could play Jim Carrey's son.
And the family business is?
Hairdressing.
Yeah, of course it is.
No, so how are we looking over there, Kwanghi?
What do you think of that?
Oh, lovely. Look at that.
I had this the other night, and it was absolutely delicious, and that's why I wanted to do it, you know what I mean? So, and also I want a bit of butter in my life again, you know, instead of the salads and that, so that's it.
Gorgeous.
Okay, Kwanghi, thank you so much.
That is all we have time for tonight. A massive thank you to our guest, Victoria Smurford. Don't forget, Deadly Cuts is available on Netflix now if you want to check it out. Conor Pope for all his consumer working from home advice. Also, a massive thank you to Aoife Dooley. Her book is out now, Frankie's World, and also to Kwanghi for the beautiful chicken dish.
Okay, which probably won't last very long once the credits have started to roll, and they have. Join us back here tomorrow at 6 when we sit down with broadcaster turned ballroom star Lottie Ryan. Until then, stay safe and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.